So guys, Sam, who is like one of the new students in this batch, he would be joining shortly. Meanwhile, I will tell you what we would be learning today and in next upcoming class. So today, I would be giving you a small introduction of what all topics are going to be there in A2. Some of the topics from A1, and then like in case if any of you are planning to write for A2 exam, and then how we can prepare for A2 exam. Along with this, in terms of grammar topic, today we would be learning vexel preposition. So if you are aware, there are three type of prepositions: accusative preposition, dative preposition, and vexel preposition. So vexel preposition is like a mix of accusative and dative, and today majorly we would be covering that particular preposition topic only. So let me quickly share my screen. Is it visible to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it visible to you, Saurabh? Saurabh, are you there?
Yeah, it's visible to
Okay.
me.
Okay. So as I was saying, we have three type of prepositions: accusative prepositions, which are fixed accusative. Then we have dative prepositions here, which are fixed dative, and then we have vexel prepositions, which can be either accusative or can be dative. So there is no specific case in which you can use vexel preposition. So these can be either used in accusative case or in dative case. But how would you decide in which case you would have to use them? No worries, we'll discuss it shortly. So we have these many vexel prepositions. These are also known as two ways preposition. So these are the prepositions we have: an, that means at, on, or to. Then we have au, that also means at, to, on, or upon. Now there is a very small difference between an and au. It's just you have to understand the context or the noun or the situation where exactly you have to use at, on, or to. Accordingly, you have to decide whether to use an or au. So we'll be having some examples of that to make it clear. Then we have hinter. Hinter is behind something, in front of something, and then we have behind something. In, as in into something, inside something, maybe in the museum, in the cafe, in the lobby, something like this. Then we have neben. Neben is besides, near, or next to something. Then we have über. Über is about something or somebody, above or over something or somebody. Then we have unter, under or among. So majorly unter is used for under only, under something, under the bridge, under the table, under the chair, und so weiter. Then we have for, in front of. So for here is majorly used in two scenarios. Either you can use it as a local preposition when you have to tell location of something or somebody, then you use for in front of something, like I am standing in front of the campus. So that is a location. But if I have to say 4 years ago or 5 years ago or before my class I had another batch, so for time frame also you can use for. So we have two usages of for, one in terms of local preposition and then one in terms of time or years. Then we have zwischen. Zwischen we all know, between two something. Then we use zwischen. Now, one quick thing. So, okay. Accusative and dative. Now, as we know, we have there the, das, and the. So these are our nominative articles. Now, If we have to use them in accusative or dative, what they would become? There would become den, there the would remain the, das would remain das, and the for plural again would remain the. So this would be similar. Now in case of dative, there becomes them, the becomes there, das becomes them, and the becomes then. So in dative, these are the endings which you have to pay attention to. So them, there, and then. There and then. So now if we combine this table with the Wechsel preposition, accordingly you can make your sentence grammatically correct. First thing is this, while using Wechsel preposition you have to keep this table in mind. Second thing, to decide where to use accusative where to use accusative case or where to use dative case. Now let's see some examples and then I'll clarify how they work exactly. So now if we have any situation where wohin is the case, wohin means to where, when there is a movement in your action, when there is a movement in your the whatever activity you're doing. Now there is a difference between movement and the action. Whatever you're doing, action would be there, but that does not mean there will be movement or change in location. So if there is any change in location, if you are going somewhere, there is a change in location. If you are driving somewhere, then you are changing location. If you are running around something, then there is a movement. But if you are sitting and playing, or if you are just sitting somewhere, then there is no movement. So that will be wo case. But if there is any movement, then that will be wohin case. So if we have wohin case with us, that will be accusative. If we have wo case, when there is no movement, that will be dative. So keeping these two things, wohin and wo, in mind, let's see how we can use these prepositions. So we have on, first of all, on, as we discussed, on something or at something. So when you are above something, on top of something, for that we usually use auf. So when you are sitting at the table or at the chair, that would be auf. But then if you are hanging something at the wall, or let's say you are going to study at the university, for that we will be using an. So auf is like there is a connection or there is a touch between you and the thing, but on an, then they will an is slightly a different case for that while using on or at. So for an example, where case, der Spiegel hängt an der Wand. That means the mirror is hanging on the wall. Now why it is wo case? Because it is hung already. That is there. You're not hanging it, you're not going and hanging it. That has been hung already. So that is there already. So that is why it's wo case. So der Spiegel hängt an der Wand. Now Wand is die Wand, the wall. So Wand is die Wand, that would become there. See here, die would become there. So an der Wand. For wohin, if you have to say ich hänge das der Spiegel, so see it here, there are two cases for same thing. Okay, so der Spiegel hanged on, and then you have to decide which article you have to fill in. On der Wand. Now we all know Wand is die Wand, that is feminine. Ich hänge der Spiegel an dash Wand. Now if we look at the verb, we can easily distinguish whether it's a wohin case or wo case. Now in first, der Spiegel hängt an der Wand, that is clearly a wo case because that is there already. Now An want is die want, so that would become der, because die changes to der in the dative case. So this is our dative case because that is hanged already. Aber ich hänge der Spiegel. I am hanging the mirror on the wall. So there is a movement. There is a wohin case. Where to? I am hanging the Spiegel. So that is a accusative case. So that is a accusative case. Second one. Now, since want is the want and this is a accusative case, so the would remain the in this particular brand, in this particular section. On the want, on der want. So there are two cases. Der Spiegel hängt an der Wand because that is there already. Dative case. Wo. Where is the Spiegel? An der Wand, at the wall. Aber wohin hängen Sie der Spiegel? Where are you hanging the mirror? To where or at where? So there is a movement, so that will be accusative case. So the would remain the. Is this particular thing clear?
Yeah.
Now, if we talk about auf, that is also on. Let's see example for wo and wohin. Wo. Das Glas ist auf dem Tisch. So the glass is on the table. Tisch is der Tisch. So auf dem Tisch. So in order to understand the difference between an and auf, just try to imagine it in your head when you're hanging something on the wall. What would be the location or what would be the position of it? And if you're keeping something on the table, what would be the position of it? Accordingly, you can decide whether to use an or auf. Because if you're putting something, on top of something, that will be auf. If you're putting something on something which is adjacent to another thing, where you would be using an. So an der Wand, aber auf dem Tisch. So talking about examples for auf, das Glas ist auf dem Tisch. Tisch is der Tisch, so that would become dem. There becomes dem. Similarly for wohin, bitte stell die Katze auf das Regel. Here somebody is requesting you to put something. So there will be a movement. Something is not there already. You would be doing something. You would be putting it. So there will be a wohin case. So Regel is das Regel. Das would remain das. So auf das Regel. Talking about hinter, behind, wo. Das Auto ist hinter dem Haus. House is, what is the article of house? Can anyone tell me?
Sorry, what did you ask?
What is the article for house?
House. Okay.
Saurav, what is the article for house?
I don't remember.
Das ist
Das House.
Das
Neutral.
house. Das.
yeah, das ist das Haus. So das would become dem because that is a wo case. Because we are talking the car is already somewhere, already behind the house. You are not parking it, it's there already. So that will be a dative case and wo case. So das Auto ist hinter, das would become dem, hinter dem Haus. Talking about wohin, bitte fahren Sie oder fair hinter die Bibliothek oder hinter das Haus. So if I talk about bitte fahren Sie das Auto hinter das Haus. Now, what is the difference between this particular line which I have just written and das Auto ist hinter dem Haus? Auto, car was there already, so that was a dative case, but now here I am telling to drive the car behind the house. So there is a movement. So there is a accusative case. Since it's the accusative case and house is das Haus, das would remain same. Das would remain das only. So hinter das Haus. Aber das Auto state hinter dem house, because that is already there. Again, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So just a minute. Hi Sam, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Are you?
Okay, so we have Saurabh and Sonali with us.
Mhm.
They are also like A1
Hi.
plus students. So guys, Sam is joining us from Sri Lanka.
Hi,
And
Sam.
Sri Lanka with it.
okay, and he has completed A1 already. So Sam, today we were discussing about vexel preposition. So are you aware of vexel preposition? If not, then maybe I'll give you a quick overview again in 2-3 minutes, and then we'll proceed further. So are you aware of the vexel prepositions?
Yeah, please. I think I'll be. I know this, but I forgot actually. Maybe like it will be good with
Okay,
that
no
too.
problem. I'll give you the recording, the sheet also, just giving you a quick overview. So vexel prepositions are basically two-way prepositions which either can be used in accusative case or dative case. These are the prepositions we have in, an, out, neben und so weiter. So these can
Okay.
either be used in accusative case and dative case. Now, as you must have already know, our articles, these nominative articles, changes as per accusative case and dative case. So if you are
Yeah.
using any vexel preposition in accusative case, you would be using these articles, and then
Okay.
if you are using any vexel preposition in dative case, you would be using these articles. But
Oh,
how would you decide whether to use accusative case or dative case? So that is what we were discussing. If there is any movement in your action or what you are doing, or wohin is the case, that will be accusative. But
mhm.
something which is there already and wo is the case, that will be dative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there's any movement, then we'll use this a date accusative, and then
If there is no
yeah.
movement, is
Okay.
something which
No.
is there already, that will be dative. For each of
No.
the preposition, I am giving some examples, so this concept will be clear. Okay.
Okay.
So an, au, and then hinter we did already. An is like on something or at something. Au is like on something when you're putting something on top of
Okay.
anything. If you're sitting on the table, on the chair, on top of something, that will be au.
Yeah.
Then hinter, as we discussed already, behind.
Mhm.
Then we have in, inside something.
Okay.
Mm, okay. So, wo case would be ist in der Kirche. So, can anyone tell me what is the article for Kirche? Kirche is church.
Die Kirche. Oh no,
Sehr
der
schön.
Kirche. Sorry, it's already there actually. Very
No,
good.
that is the Kirche. Okay, Sam, can you please keep yourself on mute? I'll just explain it. So, ist in der Kirche. Since we are using vexel preposition here, we have to find out whether it's a wohin case and wo case. Then we have to find out the article of our noun. So mm, ist in dash Kirche. Now Kirche is the Kirche. But since it's a dative case because he is there inside the church already, so that is our wo case. Wo is er. Where is he? He is in the church. So we have wo case here. That is our dative case. So what we would put here? Er ist in. What would the become in dative case? Can anyone tell me?
There.
Sehr schön. Er ist in der Kirche. Similarly, if I am asking you, wohin gehst du? Where are you going? So you would be saying, ich gehe in dash Kirche. I am going in the church. I am going into the church. There is a movement. There is a wohin case. Then what you would place here?
In them,
Saurabh, can you tell me?
in them Kirche.
Warum dem? That is an accusative case, na? And Kirche is the Kirche.
It should be then.
It would remain the only. This table is not like completely there in everyone's head. So this is very important that this table is on tip. The would remain the in accusative case. See this. Dative, you're going, you're already there. So the would turn to den, there. But if you're going somewhere, that will be accusative. The would remain die. So ich gehe in die Kirche, aber ich bin in der Kirche. Here, I am going in the church. There is a movement. There is an accusative case. That is why die would remain die only. Aber ich bin in der Kirche. I am already in the church. Bin, I am already there. So where am I? In the church. That is a dative case. So the would turn to there. Now talking about some more examples. Neben. Neben is next to something. Where? The Wasser. So let's see. Neben. Neben means next to. So let's say if I'm asking you, wo liegt die Zeitung? Wo liegt die Zeitung? Where is the newspaper, or where the newspaper lies? So that is there already. There is no movement. This is wo case. And now you have to tell me the answer, guys. Die Zeitung neben dash Tisch. Tisch is their Tisch. Now, Sam, can you tell me what there would become? This is a dative case.
Yeah, so this is die Zeitung, right? So D changes no movement. So, oh, that is okay. So that is, so there's no movement. So dative, they changes as them.
Neben dem Tisch. So die Zeitung liegt neben dem Tisch. Aber wenn ich frage, if I'm asking,
Can you show that table once again?
This one.
Yeah, so here. Just a minute. I'm just writing.
It's okay. You don't have to make notes as of now. I'll give all the material to you.
Okay, thank you.
Aber wohin liegen Sie die Zeitung? Now, if I'm asking, where are you putting or where are you placing the newspaper? So, is it an accusative case or dative case?
It's a dative case because there's no
accusative case.
It's accusative case because this is a wohin. I am placing something. Something is being placed. That is not there already. Wo liegt die Zeitung? Where lays the newspaper? That is there already. There is no movement. Wo case na? So wo is dative. Wohin is
so
accusative.
My concern is, so where there is a movement, that will be accusative, and where there will be no movement, that will be dative case. Is it correct?
Right.
Yeah. So wohin mainly refers to movement from one place to another place.
So there are two things which you have to take care of. If there is a question where there is specifically mentioned wo and wohin, then there is no brainstorming needed. Wo simply dative, wohin simply accusative. But if there is no question, if you have to make a statement, then you have to pay attention to the action. If there is a movement in your action, there are two things, as I said, action and movement.
Yeah. Can I ask you one question? For example, so wherever is it like wohin, then that is accusative, and wherever is it like wo, then that is dative. So where how the sentence changes, or doesn't matter. We don't need to like notify that, right?
I didn't get your question. So when you are
so
using the preposition, when you're using the Wechsel preposition, you have to figure out whether the situation is wo or wohin. If this is wo, then it will be dative case, and then your article of the noun would changes as per dative. If this
Dative.
is accusative case, then the article of your main noun would changes as per accusative.
Okay, perfect. That's what I asked. So we can identify with wo and wohin. That's
Yes.
it, right?
So
Okay.
first thing, you can clearly identify with wo and wohin. If there is no wo and wohin in the statement, you can simply see the action or thing you are doing.
If there's no wohin and wo, then yeah.
So
Okay.
through the verb, you can identify, or through the statement, you can identify if there is a movement in your statement or not. If you are saying, I am parking the car, or the car is parked behind the house, the car is there already. There is no movement. But if you are saying, I am parking the car right now behind the house, there is a movement. So that will be accusative. Clear? Or
Yeah.
still any confusion?
And I
Yeah,
have one
clear.
more question. For example, the table you showed in the Excel, so it's like, do we need to memorize it? Like, for
Yes.
example, how it changes. Okay, so we need to memorize that table, right? Like
Mhm.
where it changes as when. Okay, okay, thank you.
Ja, so wohin liegen Sie die Zeitung? Now, ich lege die Zeitung neben das Tisch. So, ich lege die Zeitung neben das Tisch. Tisch is their Tisch. Now, Sonali, can you tell me what would be the answer here? This is a accusative case because I am placing the newspaper next to the table.
Den.
Sehr schön. Neben den Tisch. Now, talking about Uber. Uber is above something or over something or about something. So, wo. In wo case, die Lampe hängt über dem Tisch. The lamp is hanging above the table. So, wo. Ein Moment. Wo hängt die Lampe? Now, this is dative case. Why this is dative? Because it's a wo
Before.
case where the lamp is hanging. There is no movement. It is there already. So, die Lampe hängt über das Tisch. Oder keep it sofa. So, sofa is das Sofa. So, die Lampe hängt über dem Sofa because that is a dative case. So, das would change to dem. Aber wenn ich frage, wohin hängst du die Lampe? Where are you hanging? So that is a wohin case. That is not there already. Lamp is not hanging already, but somebody is hanging it there. So there is a movement.
Yeah.
So that will be accusative case.
Yeah.
Now, ich hänge die
Lampe.
Lampe über das Sofa. So that
Then
will remain.
the sofa is das. Sorry.
So that will remain das only because that is accusative case.
Yeah.
Is it
So
clear?
one thing I wanted
Yeah.
to ask regarding the question. So while WH question is being formed, so how it's working then? The accusative. So I got how it works on the when you try to answer each. For example, in this, ik hanger the lampa over the sofa.
Mm.
So, but for here in the question scenario where wohin hangs do lampa, here how does this the works article? Can you just let me know?
See, today we are discussing how do we changes the article as per the prepositions. So here today main focus is on preposition. Uber is our vexel preposition basis which we have to decide accusative or dative.
Yeah.
Preposition is a different thing and nominative, accusative, dative case is a different thing.
Okay.
So these nominative, accusative, dative, there are cases also, then there are prepositions also. So prepositions changes as per the cases.
Okay. Yeah.
But the cases are a different entity or like a different thing altogether.
Yep.
So don't confuse it with the cases. Today we are discussing about prepositions only.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, talking about.
Sorry, could you go to the like Excel, the table again, the nominative, accusative, and the dative one? So like I'm asking like, so for example, we need to memorize, right? So for example, the de changes as then in accusative and them in dative. So we need to memorize like how this table is, right? Or like, is there any way like where can we remember this?
There is no specific rule. You have to learn it.
Okay, okay. I need to learn by heart. Yeah, thank you.
Now talking about unter. Unter is under something. So der Hund schläft unter der Couch. Couch is the couch. So this, since this is a dative case where the dog is sleeping, the dog is sleeping under the couch. So couch is the couch, that would change to there because there is no movement. But der Ball rollt unter das Bett. The ball is rolling under the bed. Since it's rolling, there is a movement. This will be accusative case. So das Bett, bet is das Bett. So in accusative case, bet would remain das Bett only. There would not be any changes in the article of the noun. Now, if you talk about for, as I said, is used either to tell the time before few years, like before doing something, I was doing something else, or before 5-6 years I was doing this, either in the time frame or in terms of location in front of something. So wo, wir stehen vor dem Kino. We are standing in front of the cinema or in front of the theater. Since you guys are standing there already, there is no movement. That will be wo case. So Kino
What's the
is.
article for kino? Like normal nominative article? Is it D kino?
Sam, there is one request. When I'm explaining something, let me clarify. Don't interrupt because that creates a chaos for other students also to understand. Let me clear the topic first, and if you have any question, then you can ask. Since it's a group class, it's not a one-on-one class, okay? Thank you. Now, wir stehen vor dem Kino. Kino is das Kino. So, wir stehen vor dash Kino. So the article for Kino. So Sam, this answers your question. Das Kino. Since it's a dative case, das would changes to them because you guys are standing there already. You're not going or standing there, you are there. So that is a dative case, wo case. So das would changes to them. Now, if aber wir laufen vor dash Kino. Let's say you guys are running in front of the theater. So since laufen means running, there is a movement in the action. So that will be accusative case. Kino is das Kino. That will remain same.
Yes.
For, okay. Now talking about swischen. Swischen is in between something. There are two things and you are placing or standing something or somewhere in between two things. So that is swischen. So let's say die Katze schläft zwischen dash sofas. The cat is sleeping between the sofas. There are two sofas and the cat is sleeping in between. So since it's sleeping there already, there is no movement. Will it be a dative case or accusative case?
Dative.
There shown dative case. Sofas. This is a plural. Now what change? Plural, in plural has the article. So the would change to in dative. So die Katze schläft zwischen den Sofas. aber vielleicht einen Moment. Die Katze läuft zwischen dash sofas. Now the cat is same, sofas are same, but just the case is different. Here she was sleeping, there was no movement, but now she is running. So this will be an accusative case. Sofas same, plural the. So what it would change to in this
D.
accusative case?
And D.
D. There shown D would remain D only. Okay. Now what you can do as of now, just make a quick note of this particular table, this vexel preposition table, and then we'll do some exercises together. Let me know once done.
Done.
Yeah, I'm done as well.
Okay. So now I am just going to ask you some questions and then I'll give you one exercise to do. So let's start with Saurabh. Saurabh, since you have noted down all the vexel prepositions, I'm just asking you a question. You have to answer using the vexel preposition, and you have to make sure that you are using the right article, whether for accusative or for dative. Okay.
Yeah.
So, wohin. Now you have to say, I am going to the museum.
The preposition will be of,
In,
and
in.
sorry, yeah, preposition will
We
be
will go
in.
in the museum, no? Not at
Yeah,
the museum.
yeah. The preposition will be in, and it's a movement, and so museum will be.
Just tell me the answer. Wohin gehst du?
Wohin gehst du? Gehen, gehe ich gehe uh, in the museum.
What is the article for museum?
The.
This is das Museum.
Then it will be das in das museum.
So ich gehe in das Museum. Now, if I'm asking you again, wo bist du? Then see how we have answered here and then answer here accordingly. Wo bist du? Let's say you are already in the museum and then you're telling me I am in the museum. What would be your answer? Wo bist du?
So the preposition will be here an.
It will remain same, just this article would change as per your location. So you have to tell me I am in the museum. How would you say that?
So here the article will be them. Ich gehe in dem museum.
I am asking you wo bist du? Where are you? You have to tell me I am in the museum. You are there already.
Yeah. So ich gehe in dem museum.
I am. Not I am going. I am.
So sorry, ich bin.
Ich
Ich
bin
bin in dem museum.
in dem museum. Because you are there already.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so now Sonali, your turn. Wo ist dein Auto? Where is your car? So there are a lot of prepositions which you can use. Under, behind, in front of.
So, das Auto.
Oder mein Auto, because I asked you,
Okay.
na, dein Auto.
Okay, mein Auto.
Mein Auto.
Mein Auto ist hinter.
Hinter. Okay, it's behind somewhere, behind something.
Yeah, so I want to say behind the house.
Okay. So hinter
So,
dash house. House is das house as we discussed already. So
yes.
what that become?
Das will remain since there's a change in location. So this will be accusative. So it will be das only.
Wo, where is your car?
Okay, yeah. So this will be dative. Dem.
There shown. Wo ist dein Auto? Mein Auto ist hinter dem Haus. My car is behind the house. That is there already. Aber wenn ich frage, wohin parkieren Sie das Auto? Where are you parking the car? Now you have to tell me I am parking the car behind the house. Also ich parkiere das Auto hinter dash house.
Das.
Because that would remain same.
Yeah.
Warum die? Who said die?
Sorry, it was I. Sorry.
Okay, why the? House is das house, na?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Because are you guys understanding the difference? The thing is same, the person is same. It's just the thing which is being done or the location is different. So that is how the article for that particular noun is changing. So here car is same, Sonali is same, house is same, but just the activity is different. Here the car was there already and here she was parking the car. So hinter, das Haus, aber hinter dem Haus. Now, okay, now it's Sam, your turn.
Yeah.
I moment. Mm, so here I am asking you where are you standing, and since I'm asking you where are you standing, you can use in front of.
Okay.
In front of something, maybe in front of the post office, in front of the theater, like we did already, in front of the university. So you have to use for, and then you have to distinguish whether it's an accusative case or dative case.
Okay. So this is wo. So this is dative case, and so I'll use like stare for stand. One sec. Like so. So what should I answer? Like I'm standing at where?
Anywhere,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
anything which you know the article for.
Yeah. Wo. So the museum is Das Museum, right?
Hmm.
So I'll use the museum. So STF4, this is since this is a dative and that's museum, so I'll use them. So stay for them museum.
So wo stehst du? Ich stehe vor dem Museum. I am standing in front of the museum. But if I'm asking you, wohin läufst du? So this is A mit umlaut. Since my German keyboard is not working, no umlaut. So after each umlaut, I'm adding extra A. So wohin läufst du?
Okay.
Now have to tell me.
Slow. Um, mm, so I'm gonna use the preposition to. So ich laufe uh, and das Museum.
An, are you running at the museum?
Sorry. So I'm gonna use the preposition auf. So like, gehe.
Wohin gehst du? So now
Okay.
you're going to the post office. Post.
Okay.
Das
Post okay. So post
die
is
Post.
das D. Okay. Okay. If it's D, then I'll be using accusative also D. So so I'll be using ich gehe uh, mm, auf D post.
No, both are correct. The both are wrong, sorry. The usage of the preposition and the change in article. So if you want to use like to, that is a dative preposition anyways. If you, but you can use for here again. I am going in front of the post office. Ich gehe for.
In front. Oh, should I use in front? Okay. Okay. In that case, like ich gehe
Out
vor.
is anyways
Post
wrong.
office is D, right? So I will be using again D for the accusative, isn't it?
Yeah, for the post.
Yeah.
So now there is one quick exercise. Take 5 minutes and give me the answers here. Write the answers and I can ask any question to anyone. So you have to write all the 10 answers. Article is being given after the noun. So when there is M, that means masculine. When there is N, that means neutral. When there is PL, that means plural. When there is F, that means the. Take 5 minutes, write the answers, and then I'll ask. If there is something related to any sentence which is not clear, just unmute yourself and let me know.
I'm not aware of the articles, all those things. So
That has been mentioned there now. After the noun, as I said, when there is M, that means masculine. When there is N, that means neutral. Neutral is das. Then when there is PL, that means plural. That would be the. And when there is F, that would be feminine, the. Articles are given there already. It's just you have to understand whether it's an accusative case or dative case, and then accordingly you have to fill in the blanks. Clear now? Saurabh, am I clear now?
yeah, you're clear now.
Okay, good.
Neha, can you just let me for masculine what we use dear or the? I'm just confused.
For masculine we use there.
Yeah. And these
There.
for
Feminine.
feminine. And this is for?
Neutral. Saurabh, this is A1 thing.
Yeah, I'm just going through it. Okay, thank you.
I'm done.
Are you done, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's wait for Sonali and Saurabh also to finish, and then we'll start.
Sure.
Can you just let me what the fourth one, Martin stay hit? That what does that mean?
Hello? Yes. So that means Martin state an dash fenster. So see the third question. Martin is going at the fenster and Martin is staying at the window. So fenster is window.
Yeah, fencer. Okay, going and stay.
Going
Okay.
towards the window and then you're standing at the window. And one more thing, if you are standing at the window, just try to imagine in a way how you would be standing at the window. If you would have used auf here, that would have been totally wrong. because you're not standing at top of the window, you're standing at the window, adjacent to it or nearby somewhere to it. So auf, that is why it has not been used here. That is why an has been used here, because auf is at top of something. Okay, everyone, if not done, we'll discuss it one by one, not to worry. So Sam, since you have written all the answers, can you give me the answer for one?
Yeah, then
And what does that mean?
das Kind geht unter Tisch. So this kind went under the Tisch. So this is accusative, so masculine as well. So I'm using then.
Den. Sehr schön. Das Kind geht unter den Tisch. The child is going under the table. Now, Saurabh, can you answer second one? Das
So
Kind ist unter
it's
dash.
them,
And why
because
them?
there is, because it's a nominative. It's sorry, it's a accusative. There is no movement, and it's a masculine. So here it will be them.
Saurabh, it's dative. The child is there already.
Yeah.
So not nominative accusative, that is dative. Because the child is there, so dative case. Now, Sonali, your turn. Can you answer for number 3?
Yeah, so Martin is going to the window. So there's a change in movement. So this will be accusative case and it will be das.
Sehr schön. Martin geht an das Fenster. But what would be the answer for 4th? Sonali, can you answer that also?
Yes, so it will be them, dative, because he's already standing there.
Right. So das ist Nummer 3, das ist Akkusativ. Nummer 4, das ist Dativ. Martin ist schon da, an dem Fenster. Aber hier, geht an das Fenster. Now, Sam, again your turn. Number 5, Nummer 5.
The 5 is then. The stool is hinter Schreibtisch. So the stool is under the writing table. So the writing table is masculine and there's no movement. So this is dative. So I'm using.
Okay, explanation is right, answer is right, but the understanding of the preposition is wrong. That is hinter, behind, not unter.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, hinter, that is behind. The stool is behind the table. Now, Saurabh, your turn, number 6. Just give me the answer.
It's then.
Den. Warum den? Das is accusative.
Yeah.
Okay, because das Auto fährt hinter den Haus. The car is being driven behind the house.
The house.
So house is das. No. House is das house. So that would be das. That would not be den. So,
Yeah, sorry, it's thus for neutral. For neutral.
Article is das house.
Yeah, das
And
house.
then Nummer 7. Can you answer for that also?
This auto state were, it will be them.
Because the car is there already.
Yeah.
Das Auto steht vor dem Haus. Now, Nummer 8. Sonali, can you answer?
Yeah, 8. So it will be there.
And what is the meaning of this sentence?
The book,
Your book. Dein book, na? Your
yeah,
book.
your book is lying next to the newspaper.
Yes. Because book is there already, there is no movement. So the would changes to there. Sam, can you answer number 9?
So the number 9 is D. He is running between a stool. So that is D. Because it's a movement, so it's accusative and plural.
D would remain D only, no change. Now, can you answer for number 10 also?
Yeah. Then, because he's standing between stool, so stolen is plural. So, and then dative. So then.
Okay, there shown. So is the concept clear?
Yeah.
Now, another task to make it more clear, I am giving each one of you two prepositions, and then you have to make one or two sentences for each of the prepositions. So there will be no like help from here. Like here you just have to fill in the answers, but now the task would be you have to write the whole sentence on your own using the prepositions I would be giving you. So Sonali, you would be using an and hinter. Sam, you would be
Okay.
using neben and unter, and Saurabh, you would be using for and swation. So that will help me to know that if the understanding of these usages of these prepositions are clear to you or not. Because filling in the blanks are little easy, but you have to make sentence on your own from the
Yes.
scratch. That is a little task. Okay, so just take 5 minutes and write one or two sentences for each of the preposition.
So I can make anything like accusative or dative or whatever, like, right?
Yes, anything. Or if you want, you can make one for accusative and one for dative. So total four sentences you can make for for the two prepositions.
Between standing in front of is going front of
Geschrieben, written.
Yeah.
Sonali, Saurabh, written.
Writing. Sorry.
Saurabh, are you done? Saurabh, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so let's start one by one. So let's begin with Sonali. Sonali, can you tell me what all sentences you have written?
Okay, so I've used hinter first. So it is das Auto ist hinter dem Haus.
Okay, and then
Another one is meine Mutter ist stehen
eine.
hinter dem Kino.
Say it again.
Mutter,
Sagen Sie das noch einmal.
meine
Mutter
ist stehen hinter dem Kino. I don't know whether this is right or wrong.
So this is grammatically wrong because you have used is and stay both. So when you are using stehen, there is no requirement of using is. So is standing.
Okay.
There is no continuous tense in German, na?
Right. Right.
So meine Mutter steht. Conjugation is wrong. So it's she. So steht, not stehen. Hinter dem Kino. So this portion is correct, but the rest of the sentence was wrong. So meine Mutter steht hinter dem Kino. Then the next preposition which you used.
Yeah, I'm just framing that.
Okay. Meanwhile, Saurabh, can you tell me what you have written so far?
Yeah, I have written for war and Joysen. So first is I am standing in front of window. So ik stay here, wo dem Fenster.
For
Wo, yeah, wo. So ik stay here, wo dem Fenster. And for Joysen,
that
die
is
Hund.
Swishen.
That is
Swishen.
Swissen, yeah. Der Hunde Swissen mir und dem Stuhle. The dog is between me and the chair.
Der Hunde.
Der Hunde. Yeah, der Hunde Swissen mir and dem Stuhle.
It's Hund, not Hunde.
Okay, der Hund stand mir und dem Stuhle. So I have made these two sentences.
Zwischen mir you have written here.
Yeah.
Zwischen mir und
dem Stuhle.
Stuhl, not Stuhle, Stuhl.
Stool.
So while making such sentences now, it's better that you use non-living things here as of now, because there again you will get confused whether to use pronoun in accusative case or dative case.
Okay.
Then
so
something else
I
also.
have made only these two sentences.
Okay, Sam, what have you written?
Yeah, so I've written neben and unter, so I'll start with the neben. So neben dative will be ich bin neben dem Haus. Ich bin neben dem Haus. Then with the accusative, I wrote neben. Ich gehe neben das Haus. Ich gehe neben das Haus. Then with the unter, dative, I use die Katze ist unter dem Tisch. Die Katze
Hmm?
ist
So ist unter.
unter dem Tisch. Then with the accusative, die Katze läuft unter den Tisch. Unter den Tisch. Sorry. Den.
Den,
Läuft.
oder?
Yeah, den Tisch.
Okay.
Is it right?
It is right, but I was expecting some new sentences. Fish, cat. This is something we have done already, but no worries since it's a new topic. So what do?
Next time.
Maybe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So maybe after this class, I'll make a sheet for practicing Excel preposition, and then there will be like all kind of exercises that will give you more exposure towards understanding and clearing the concept. So that will be your homework, which you have to submit to me by Thursday. Okay. Now, Sonali and Saurabh, are you guys done writing?
I'm just
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
for the other two sentences.
Okay, let's start with Sonali again. Sonali, tell me, क्या लिखा है आपने?
Er schrieb an.
Nochmals bitte.
Okay. Er
Spiel.
schrieb.
Your voice is
SCHREIPT.
okay.
Yeah, I know. The network is bad.
Okay, as
Er schrieb. Schrieb. Red. Yeah, sorry. Schreibt. Yeah,
er
schreibt.
schreibt
An der Bibliothek. Library.
der So okay, bibliothek, very nice. You have used a nice word. And their bibliothek at the library is right, but here the usage of verb is wrong. So when you are writing something, you write on the paper or on the wall. So when you say he is writing
Right.
at the bibliothek, that sounds like he is maybe writing on the wall of the library. So
Okay, yeah.
maybe you can use like studying or going or
Reading.
maybe doing something, or yes, reading or teaching. Or he is at the library.
Okay.
Is an der Bibliothek. Bibliothek is
Okay.
bibliothek. So since it's
Yeah,
that sentence, so that will be there. Else it's correct. Anything more?
Neha, what do we say for reading?
Lesen, least. Er
Yes. Right. Got it. Okay. So another one is der Spiegel
Der Spiegel
hängt.
hängt. A mit V.
Yeah, hängt an der door.
Der Tür. Okay. Okay, so initially it was on wall, now it's on the So das ist A mit Umlaut noch einmal, and das ist U mit Umlaut. Okay, so der Spiegel hängt an der Tür, and since it's a dative, the mirror is there already now. Saurabh, have you written something else? Saurabh, are you on mute?
No, I'm not on mute. I haven't written anything else.
Okay, no issues, no issues, no issues. So as I said, I'll give you some more practice sheets so that the topic is clear, how we change the articles as per accusative and dative case, and what should be the right usage of the preposition. Because the major challenge comes with preposition is understanding the meaning of it and using it. At times we end up using auf instead of using an. At times we end up using an instead of using aus. Auf. So the practice sheet would be helpful for you. Now, since we have some time, any questions in this particular topic? Any questions, anyone?
So for we
Not
so
yet.
only these articles we need to use like for this type of things, right? Or like
Uh,
is also other
okay.
articles we can use?
I didn't understand your question, Sam. Can you please repeat that?
I'm not sure. Like so, for example, you have given some articles and auch hinter, in, neben, über, unter, vor, and so on. So is it like only these articles we can use in this like Wechsel
This is
proposition?
just an example of these are the bestimmt articles. These are the
No,
definite
not
articles.
article, preposition.
Similarly,
Telling
we
about.
have
Okay.
we have unbestimmt articles also, which are indefinite articles. So like
Okay.
bestimmt articles are there, the, das. Unbestimmt articles are ein, eine, ein, and then eine.
Okay. So
Ein
we'll
will be for
wait.
masculine if you are using this for feminine, and for neutral, and then eine for plural. So this ein would change to einen in accusative and einem in dative.
Okay.
Similarly, the bold highlighted endings which are there, just keep them in mind. This should follow automatically
Okay.
because there, den, them. Similarly, ein, einen, and then einem. em, ender. Similarly here, einer, there, and einer. Okay. So now what I was planning for the rest, since we have some time left for today's class, do you want me to clear nominative, accusative, dative, the concept of nominative, accusative, and dative, and this table once again? If you guys have any questions or any confusion.
Yes, please.
Okay. So,
Excuse me.
so uh, now in German we have four cases, as we all know. We have nominative case, we have accusative case, we have dative case, and then we have genitive case. The major thing is that you understand the difference between all four cases. What would be the nominative, what would be the dative, and what would be genitive. Genitive is something completely new. That will be like A2 topic, which we would start after some classes. But let's, as of now, pay attention to nominative, accusative, and dative. Parallel to these cases, we have some articles. As I've written here, we have bestimmt articles, we have unbestimmt articles. Bestimmt articles are definite articles which are there, the, das, and the. There we use for masculine, the we use for feminine, then das we use for neutral, and then the we use for plural. So these are the definite articles, and these are indefinite articles. Das ist unbestimmt. So ein, eine, ein, oder Entschuldigung, it should be keine. Since it's plural, so we cannot use ein, so that will be keine. Similarly, along with these unbestimmt articles, there can be many more. Mein, dein, sein, euer. So anything which is apart from there, the, das, the, they are unbestimmt articles. There will be more coming in A2 that we will learn. But if we talk about how can we decide which case is nominative, which case is accusative, which case is dative. Very simple. So nominative is who case, accusative is what case, and then dative is to whom or for who. So this is your first subject, this is your object, and this dative is your second object. So nominative will be subject, accusative will be object, and then dative will be your second object, which is being impacted indirectly. So see here in this particular sheet, nominative, as I said, who case, where is er, who is he. So this particular statement is nominative, because whenever there is any conjugation with sein, is, am, are, whenever there is any is, am, are in any sentence, that particular thing will be nominative only, because that will represent who. If I talk about accusative, that is your what in the sentence. When there is a long sentence and to which you can ask what. So your what in the sentence is accusative thing. Ich kaufe ein Buch. Who is buying a book? I am buying a book. So ich is nominative here. And what am I buying? I am buying a book. So the book is my accusative case here. So ich kaufe ein Buch oder ich kaufe einen Tisch. Now, as we all know, Tisch is their Tisch, and since what am I buying? Tisch. So Tisch is their Tisch, and it will fall in accusative category. So there would change to den. So ich kaufe den Tisch oder ich kaufe einen Tisch. Now I am repeating it again. Who is buying the table? I am buying the table. So I is a nominative thing in this sentence. What am I buying? Was kaufe ich? What am I buying? So my what, answer for my what is the table. So table is my accusative case. And then since it's accusative, I will change in the article as per accusative case. Tisch has their article, a fixed their article, that would change to den. Ich kaufe einen Tisch. Similarly, ich lese das Buch. So ish here, who is reading a book? I am reading a book. So I would be nominative in this particular sentence. What am I reading? Was lese ich? A book. So the book would be my accusative case here. Similarly, ich lese die Zeitung. Zeitung is the Zeitung, and that is a what, that is my what in this particular sentence. So that will remain the only. Who is reading the Zeitung? Who is reading the newspaper? I. And what am I reading? Die Zeitung, the newspaper. So ich is my who in this sentence, and then what is my Zeitung case in this sentence. Any confusion with this? How to identify who and what? How to identify nominative and accusative in any sentence?
Clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what means, so like we need to find like what that falls into accusative, right? So is it everywhere? Like we can find out and with this idea, or is it like
Yes.
difference in different?
So why I am explaining this thing in detail, so that you can understand what is nominative case and what is accusative case. Since these articles changes as per the case, and then you don't make any mistake, that is why I'm explaining this in detail. For example, here since if I could not have changed this, so okay, Tisch is their Tisch. If I would not know that Tisch is accusative case, I simply would have written Ich kaufe der Tisch, because I did not know that Tisch would be accusative. It's just that I know Tisch has their article. But if I know what is the case here, this is accusative case, I would by default would have changed this there to them. So that is why it is important to understand the cases while using the sentences, so that accordingly you can place the articles. Clear?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sorry, so is it also right if we write without this then ich kaufe der Tisch? Is it also right, or like we should only write with ich kaufe then Tisch?
It is better that you write it with it. So if you are using, if you are, let's say, if you are using any colloquial language, no matter how many grammatical errors you make, but when you are learning any language, it is very important that you being grammatically correct.
So in the exam, do we need to write with the accusative only? Right? Okay.
Yes, yes. That is the exam is for, no, to evaluate your all the skills, grammatical, vocabulary, everything. So that is why. Now, nominative and accusative. This is the case. Then there is a third case, which is dative case. So nominative is who, accusative is what, but dative is to whom or for whom. If I am doing something, then to whom I am doing it to, or for whom I am doing it to. So to whom or for whom or my second object would be the dative thing. This is also known as like lazy case, which is being impacted indirectly or at the end. For example, ich kaufe dir den Tisch. So here ish, who is buying the table? I am buying the table. What am I buying? I am buying the table. I am buying. So ish is the who case. Then Tish is what case, and then dear. Dear means to you. So to you is the dative case. So you is a dative in this sentence. I am nominative case, and the table is accusative case. Now, do you have any confusion why I have written dear here? Because this is a pronoun, and pronoun also changes as per the cases. See, one moment. See this table. So what I have written here, these are the articles, but this particular table, this is for pronoun, which changes as per the cases. So don't get confused while making changes in article or in the pronouns. So ish, that means I, changes to mish or mere as per accusative and dative. You, do, changes to dish or dear. Er, sie, es, changes like this. Then wir, we, changes to uns and uns in accusative and dative. Ihr changes to euch and euch in accusative and dative. Sie and sie remains sie and ihnen and ihnen. So here, these are the same. It's just this is something you have to learn when it comes to changing the pronoun. Now here, if I am saying that I am buying you a table or I am buying a table for you. So ich kaufe dir. I am buying a table for you. Dir. Du would change to dir because you is a dative case here. Is it clear?
So I have a question. For example, so it makes whom I'm buying the table. So this is dative. That's why we are using dear, right? So for
Right.
example, I think it's clear. Yeah, sorry.
So let's say same sentence. If you guys would, if you let's say you have to say that I am buying him a table. Let's say you're talking to something about maybe your brother, that he is my brother and I am buying him a table. So ich kaufe ihm einen Tisch. Ich kaufe him einen Tisch. So depends what the pronoun you want to use in dative, and basis that you will use this. So now the main thing while getting grammatically correct in each of the sentence, it is very important this table and this table is on tips.
Do we
Okay.
need to memorize this table for the
Yes.
even
Yes.
the
Yes,
last
yes.
table as well? Okay.
Yep. So this pronoun, personal pronoun, these articles and these cases, whatever table is there, this is something you'll have to memorize. And if you're um, clear on this table, there are very less chances that you will make any grammatical mistakes while writing any sentence. Now, to make this particular topic more clear, I have some explanations here. One moment. So, okay, there are some sentences and you have to read the sentence. These sentences are just in English. We'll go one by one and you have to tell me which one is nominative case, which one is dative case, and which one is accusative case. Just give me a moment. Let me remove all these. So now, Sam, let's start with you. Read the first sentence and tell
So
me which one is
the
nominative,
salesman
accusative,
for
and
the
dative.
customer the car. So the
Hmm.
salesman here is nominative because which means who, and
Hmm.
he offered the customer, which means whom. So that is dative, and the car is accusative. That's the subject. Like, yeah.
There shown. Very nice. Now, Saurabh, can you give me the answer for Numatswai? We are bringing her the mail. So, what would be nominative, accusative, and dative? Saurabh, are you on mute?
Yes, sorry, I was on mute. So here we is in nominative.
Hmm.
Uh, her is the dative and the male is the accusative.
There shown. Sonali, your turn. Numadrai.
I is nominative.
Hmm.
My stereo would be dative
No. Read it again.
because this is I
So,
lent my. Okay, got it. So my stereo is the object here.
hmm.
To you
Yeah.
will be dative.
Yes. So don't get
Yeah.
confused. So it would not always be like subject and dative and object. No. So the position can be
Hmm.
fixed. Hmm. Okay, Sam, again your turn. Numa fear.
So fourth one is he promised his wife everything. So he is nominative, that is who, and promised his wife. So his is dative, whom. Oh, sorry. His wife.
Hmm.
So wife is dative.
Hmm.
I'm quite unsure. But he promised his wife, whom he promised to. So wife. So wife is dative, and the
Everything is
every
accusative.
accusative. What is
What
everything?
is he promised? Everything. Hmm. Saurabh, Numa Fyun.
Number film, the retailers sold the house to
Real.
us. The
Real.
the realtor is nominative.
Hmm.
Then the house is accusative, and us is the dative.
There shown. Sonali, Numer X. Sonali, I think you're on mute.
Okay. Sorry, I was talking and also mute. Okay.
Okay.
So for my dog will be the object. This is accusative. Dative. Sorry.
Hmm. To whom you are buying something for my dog.
Yeah, dative. Yeah. Yeah. I will be nominative.
Hmm.
And chew toy would be accusative.
There shown. So now the uh, the identification of nominative, accusative, and dative is clear. There should not be any confusion with that. Now the task what comes here is learning this table first, because that is very important. You know that how the pronoun would change as per accusative and dative. So quickly do one thing. I'll give you this sheet anyways, but make a table and note down this particular table in your notes section, and then we'll do some practice. Let me know once done.
Done.
Saurabh, Sam.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Okay. So now there are some sentences. What you have to fill in is mentioned there already in English. You just have to give me the answer based on the table you have just made. So, Sam, can you read the first sentence and give me the answer?
Ich kaufe you ein Buch zum Geburtstag. I bought a book for your birthday. Ich is nominative.
No, just tell me the answer here and the meaning
Uh,
of this sentence.
Ich kaufe dir
Dear, okay, there shown.
ein
Ein Buch
Buch
zum Geburtstag. And what does this means?
I bought a book for your birthday. So dear is like dative here.
Right. Okay. Nummer 2. Sonali, your turn. Sonali, you're on mute again.
Yeah. Hast du einen? Kuchen is cooking. Kuchen is
Kuchen is cake. Kuchen is cake.
cake. Ye bacon. So hast du
Me. To me or for me. So you have to write the answer as per me.
okay. So it will be mir because for me that is. Hello.
Okay. So had it been her, then what would have been the answer?
Her. Okay.
Yeah.
So it will be just a second. Her would be ear.
Hm.
Hm.
Hast du ihr einen Kuchen gebacken? Have you baked a cake for her or here? Have you baked a cake for me?
Okay.
Nummer 3, Saurabh, your turn.
Yeah. So what the meaning of sagen and Wahrheit?
Sagen means to say. Wahrheit is truth. It's mentioned here, na? Wahrheit is
So
truth.
we are
Sagen.
sagen. So for sagen, you all. So here it will be dative. So here it will be yuk.
Euch.
Yoik. Yeah.
Euch.
Oish.
So wir sagen euch die Wahrheit. Now let's say if I'm writing him here, wir sagen him die Wahrheit. So what would be the answer here?
For him.
Hmm.
For him it will be yam.
Ihm.
Yeah, im.
Okay. Now Sam again your turn. Nummer 4.
Yeah. Er hat den Ring gegeben. He had given the ring. Given the ring to her. So is ihr. So hat ihr den Ring gegeben.
Richtig. Now Sonali your turn. Nummer 5.
Yeah. Kann ich eine Tasse Kaffee bringen? Have you got coffee for me? Something like that.
Can I bring you formal here? Can I bring you a cup of coffee?
Okay, can I bring you? To whom? You. There.
This is formal.
So it will be auch.
Sie, Ihnen, here.
But dative, no? Ihnen. Okay. Got it.
Okay, Ihnen. And then had it been informal, as you've said already, that would be dir. Kann ich dir eine Tasse Kaffee bringen? Oder kann ich Ihnen in a formal way eine Tasse Kaffee bringen? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now in next class, next Saturday, we will revise accusative and dative prepositions also. So that in case any of you have any query or any doubts previously, so that will be clear. And then we'll start studying from A2 books also. So Sam, I'll give you the access for the folder from where you can access all the sheets which we would be studying in the class, and then the A2 books. Okay.
Yep.
And I'll place a file for a homework with the name of homework itself, homework Wechsel preposition, and then you have to submit it to me by Thursday. Alles klar?
Alles klar.
Klar.
Okay, gut. Dann sehen wir uns. Can anyone tell me the answer for this? Sehen wir uns dash. So we'll see each other again at what time and what day?
Halb.
Samstag. And
okay, now everyone is going to have different answers. Let's see who is correct. So what is your answer, Sam?
Sehen wir uns am Samstag halb. So what is 11 in Dutch?
So that will not be halb elf, but that will be halb 12, because in German
Yeah.
when we are saying the timing, we refer to the next 30 hours coming. So 11:30 would be halb 12.
Sure. So half 12. Mhm.
And with time, we use with date and day, we use So sehen wir uns am Samstag halb 12 oder 11:30 Uhr. Okay? Okay. Wiedersehen.
Dankeschön.
Thank you,
Bitte.
Shilpa. Auf Wiedersehen.
Danke.
Sorry, how can I like get the one, like how can I access this and where can I get the
I'll give you the access for the Google Drive to your email ID, and then from there you'll get the link and then you can access. Okay?
perfect. And the Chromebook will be there as well, right?
Right.
Okay.
So I'll upload it by today evening and then you can see it.
Okay. So I need to send it to mail or should I also upload it to the Google?
Upload it there only.
Okay, okay. In my name. Yeah.
Yep.